Hello friends, let's learn today something about general physiology. Let's begin with a question. What is physiology? Physiology is the subject which will tell us how all the systems in our body functioning normally so that we have been sustained as a living being. Friends, there are two fundamental features of life. Do you know what are they? Yes, one among them is adaptation and another is homeostasis. We know what is adaptation. Adaptation means that our body should be able to survive in the changing different condition. If we are adapted, then we can survive, otherwise we can't. And what is this homeostasis? Homeostasis works to maintain the constant internal environment, though there are changes in external environment. We will understand further what is this internal environment and external environment. Let's have a quick overview of all the various systems of our body. All these systems work together so that our body is functioning smoothly. Friends, what is the first system when we look at ourselves? Yes, skin. Skin is a barrier against many microorganisms, so it prevents their entry into our body. Skin also acts as a sensory organ. We can detect touch, pressure, pain, temperature because skin is a sensory organ. Skin also works to maintain the temperature of our body, and it also prevents the loss of water from our body. If we remove the skin, what is the next system we can see? Yes, muscle system. The basic and the fundamental unit of muscles is myocytes. They are specialized because they have the property of contraction and relaxation. So all the movements in our body are possible because of these muscles. Further, these muscles are attached over the bones. So our next system is skeletal system. This system includes bones and cartilage. Bones gives us basic framework of our body. They also protects our many soft essential internal organs, right? And skeletal organs, that is bones. They are joined through fibrous ligaments and allow us movements. Now let's talk about our master system, that is nervous system. This is the system which controls all the actions of our body, which maintains them perfectly at any condition. It includes central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system has brain and spinal cord, which are in the central axis of our body. Peripheral nervous system includes nerves and ganglia. The nervous system is divided as autonomic nervous system and somatic nervous system on the basis of control. Now let's talk about respiratory system. This system helps to exchange the gas and makes us survive. So it includes lungs and the passage through which air reaches to them, that is nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, tracheoles and various generation of branches. So now let's talk about cardiovascular system. It includes, as the name suggests, cardio means heart and vascular means vessels. So it includes heart and blood vessels. Heart will pump the blood which will pass to all the tissues of our body. It will pass through artery. Arteries will further divide to form arterioles. Then it will form capillaries, which are the exchanging material. Through the capillaries, nutrients will pass to the tissue and waste will come from tissue to the capillaries. Capillaries will continue as venules. These venules will join to form veins, which will drain back into the heart. So now let's talk about the excretory system, because They will excrete the metabolic waste formed in our body. So main filtering unit of our body is kidney. So other than kidney, sweat is also a part of excretory substance. So sweat glands are also included. Now let's talk about digestive system. This is the system because of which all the complex materials that we are taking in as a food are getting converted into simple substance like carbohydrate, protein, lipids, vitamins and many more. So it includes the entire pathway of alimentary canal which begins at mouth and continue as esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine up to anus. The salivary glands, then pancreas and liver are supporting part of our digestive system. The another system is reproductive system. This is the system because of which we are able to maintain our species of human being, right? Because we are continuing our genetic material from generation to generation through reproductive system. Male reproductive system includes testes, epididymis, vas deferens, prostate gland and penis. Female reproductive organs are ovary, fallopian tube, uterus and vagina. Now let's talk about endocrine system. This is the system which will have their secretion poured into the blood, and their secretion are known as hormones. There are certain organs which are completely endocrine in nature. The example are pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. There are organs which are having some other function, but a group of cells in them are having endocrine nature. Example is pancreas. It has a role in digestive function, but the certain amount of cells which are known as islet of Langerhans are endocrine in nature. Another example is interstitial cells of Leydig in testes. Testis is a reproductive organ, but the cells will secrete testosterone, which is a hormone. Similarly, ovary is a female reproductive organ, but the follicular cells of the ovary will secrete estrogen and progesterone periodically. The another category is like organs like kidney and placenta, in which only some cells are having endocrine nature. In kidney, hemopoietin is the hormone, whereas in placenta there are many hormones. You must be aware of that HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotropin. So friends, this was a quick overview and introduction of all the systems of our human body. If you find my efforts helpful to you and find this video useful, then please like this video and do share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe the channel to get more such videos, and don't forget to press that bell icon. Thank you.